Hello everyone, and welcome to this Moodle session. We're going to be setting your guest access key today so that your parents can get logged into your Moodle course and see what the students are doing. And we're also going to set your student enrollment key so that your students can enroll themselves in your course and that you don't have to. One additional thing we're going to do is show you how to manually enroll a student in case you have those new kiddos that come in the middle of a quarter or semester, and it might make it a little bit easier to get them into your Moodle course a little bit faster than having them type in the enrollment key. So let's get started by getting onto our Moodle course. So if you're logged into the district network, or if you're at home, just go ahead and open up your browser, whether it's Mozilla Firefox, Google Chrome, or Internet Explorer. Find Moodle on our district web page. It's under the Staff tab, and it's about halfway down. It's called Moodle 2. You might go ahead and type in moodle2.washington.k12.mo.us in the URL window. Or if you're like me and you like to bookmark things to make it a little bit easier, you might have already bookmarked the Moodle page right here on your toolbar. So we are in Moodle right now. We're going to go ahead and get logged in. If you're not already logged in, click on our login button. Go to the login site, go ahead and type in your district issued username and then your password too. And click on login. And once you do, it should open up our district Moodle page, and it shows you all the locations, and next to the locations is a number in parentheses that shows you how many courses there are in each one of those logins or each one of those locations. So go ahead and find your course under your school or under your department. I'm going to go down here to my technology section. I'm going to open up this training session, training class that I have here, and I'm going to use this for our training session for today. So yours might look a little bit differently than mine. Your administration block might actually be over here on the right-hand side, where your other blocks might be located as well. I've already docked my administration block over here on the left-hand side, so it doesn't matter whether it's on the left or on the right. You can get to the information that you need from either side. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set your guest access for your parents. So open up your administration, either on your tab on the left or just by looking at your block on the right. And we're going to go to Edit Settings. So let's go ahead and click on Edit Settings and open up our Edit Settings window. And once we're in there, we're going to scroll down almost to the bottom of the page to Guest Access. And once we are at Guest Access, we're going to click on the words Guest Access. And it's going to open up a very small window that shows a password that is encoded. And we can open up that password and see what it looks like by check marking here in this box next to Unmask. Now, one of the requirements whenever I create these courses is that I have to put in a guest access, and so you already have a guest access created in your course, but it's a generic one. On just about every one of the classes probably have the same one. So you are going to make this something that is specific to your course, but you want to make sure that you don't make this the same thing as your enrollment key for your students. This one is going to be an access key for your parents to use to get in, but you don't want it to be the same thing as the students. So go ahead and type in something that's going to be specific to your class. It needs to be 8 characters, at least 8 characters. It has to include a capital letter, a number, and a special character. And you see mine has capital letters, lowercase letters, a number, and a special character. So make sure that you've included each one of those items in your password. Once you have typed that in there, you might want to make sure that you write it down so that you can share this with your parents. You might want to share it through an email or through a newsletter or through Open House so that they can get into your Moodle course and see what's going on. Once you've typed it, go ahead and click on Save Changes. So now your guest access is set for your parents. Now we're going to set the enrollment key for your students. And so we're going to go back to Administration. And instead of going to Edit Settings this time, we're going to click on Users. And after we've clicked on Users, we're going to click on Enrollment Methods. And it's going to open up our Enrollment Methods window. And you see we have 3 lines. So there's 3 different methods of enrolling students or people within our course. There's the manual enrollments, There's our guest access, which we just set, and our self-enrollment. And this is the one we're going to work in right now, is the self-enrollment. Over on the right-hand side, you have an I that has a line through it. So right now, this self-enrollment is disabled, and we need to enable it. So I'm going to click on the I, which then allows it to be, it's enabled now. Okay? So then I'm going to click on the Edit button that's to the right of that. And when I do, it's going to open up a self-enrollment window. And I'm going to only be concerned with really one line on this particular page. You see about 4 lines down, it has enrollment key. And again, it is masked. I can't see what it is. But I can click in this box next to unmask again and see what my enrollment key is. Now yours is going to look differently than mine. I've already gone in and changed my enrollment key. Yours is probably going to be a long string of numbers, letters, and characters. And you're going to delete that because I don't think that's something that you're going to want to have to share with your students. So you want to make it shorter, and much easier to use. Again, just like your guest access key, it has to be at least 8 characters long, include a capital letter, a number, and a special character. You want this again to be specific to your course, but not identical to your guest access key. So once you've typed it in, you're going to remember that. You need to remember what it is so that you can share that with your students this time. And once you've got it typed in there, scroll on down to the bottom and click on Save Changes. I didn't make any changes to mine again, but I'm going to go ahead and click on Save Changes anyway. So now you see that my students can now self-enroll themselves in my class. What they'll do is they'll go ahead and log into Moodle, and they all should have their Moodle login and password. They will click on your course, and once they've clicked on your course, it will ask them for an enrollment key, and that's the key that you're going to give them. Once they've typed it in the first time, they won't have to type it in again. They will now be enrolled in your class. So let's say that you have some students that enroll into the district, into your course, after school has started, maybe partially between the beginning of first quarter and the ending of first quarter, or maybe sometime later in the year, and you want to get them quickly enrolled in your Moodle course. Well, you could give them the enrollment key and have them enroll themselves, or you could go ahead and manually enroll them so that you could go ahead and get them plugged into Moodle and get them working in there with the rest of the students. And so that's what we're going to do right now, is we're going to go in and I'm going to show you how to manually enroll a student in your course. So we're going to be using this line here of manual enrollments. I'm going to go over to this button in the edit column that says Enroll Users. It's a silhouette of a person with a plus sign beside it. So I'm going to click on that particular icon, and it's going to open up this manual enrollments window. And when I do that, you see over here on the right hand side, the not enrolled users is empty because there are just too many users to show in this particular window. So down here in the search window, I'm going to go ahead and type in my student's name. And when I do, it's going to bring up that student up in my window. If there are multiple students with the same first name as you start typing, it's going to pull up a lot of students in this particular window. And so the more information that you type in the search window, it will narrow it down to just that particular student. So I'm going to click on her name. It's going to highlight it. I'm going to look in this middle section here because I want this assigned role to remain a student, because this is going to be a student in my course. Then I'm going to click on Add, and it's going to move her from this not enrolled users window to my enrolled users window. And so now she is enrolled as a student in my course. So now that I have her enrolled, I have my guest access set, and I have my enrollment key set for my students, I can go back into my course and I can continue editing, continue adding my activities, my different assignments in there, or I can just go back in and start doing my teaching with my class. So that's how you set your guest access, that's how you set your student enrollment key, and that's how you manually enroll a student into your course. If you need any help with this, if anything is confusing at all, you just need some extra assistance, please don't hesitate to call us in the technology department at 636-231-2800, and we'll get to you as quickly as we can. I hope you enjoyed this session. If you have any problems or questions, be sure to give us a call, and happy Moodling. Thanks.